She's known for her tennis, her fashion, and her philanthropy. Today, Venus Williams visited the South Side to talk with local students. We spoke with her exclusively about her work there. If you're worried about all those Thanksgiving calories, or if you just like to run, you have a chance to work out and help a great cause this year at the Turkey Trot. Those stories and more straight ahead.
Anytime, anywhere. Award-winning coverage you can count on. This is ABC 13 News.
Thank you for joining us at 7. This just into our newsroom. Former Halifax County Sheriff Stanley Noblin has been indicted on 21 counts of forgery and embezzlement. That is according to published reports in the South Boston News and Record. We have confirmed on the Virginia court's website that Stanley Noblin has been indicted on 7 counts of embezzlement of more than $200 and 14 counts of forging public records. According to the News and Record, search warrants showed that a little more than $113,000 in funds went missing from the sheriff's office. Last year, we reported state police were investigating the case with permission from the state attorney general's office. Noblin gave a statement to ABC 13 back in October saying that he and the rest of the sheriff's office would cooperate with an investigation. That was just before the election for sheriff. Noblin was defeated for re-election in November of last year by current Sheriff Fred Clark. We will keep you updated on that story. It is not every day that a world-famous athlete makes their way to the South Side, but today professional tennis player Venus Williams did. She met with girls from Chatham Hall as part of their guest series. Heather Rosenbaum got a chance to talk with Williams today and is live in our Danville studio with more. Heather, she has to be inspiring.
Yeah, Len, Williams is inspiring on and off the court. Many people, including myself, have watched her play and win match after match. But not everyone gets to hear her talk about her experiences, which is why tonight will be so special to those Chatham Hall students.
I've played a lot of matches in my life, and I've learned a lot from tennis. So for me, it's important to share that information, especially to young women, because they need that.
When Venus Williams isn't scoring on the tennis court, she's sharing what she has learned to girls like these.
Being a leader isn't just being a president of a country, but it's about being a leader in your own life and how you conduct yourself and being positive.
When Chatham Hall announced they were bringing in Williams as part of their guest series, the emotions were high.
All of us started screaming and some people were crying, and just, she's such an influential person in general.
I hadn't encountered somebody who had been on the news so much, who I've heard so much about. It was really exciting.
As an athlete herself, Erin Baker looked forward to hearing about Williams' titles and, more importantly, lessons.
Just the idea of team and being able to deal with things when you lose, or when you don't come in when you don't come in first place.
Williams wants to share stories, hoping her accomplishments in tennis will inspire the girls to reach their own goals.
To learn from the wins and to learn from the losses and to take all that information and make it into something positive that they can use.
And for the aspiring tennis player, Williams has a tip.
Look at the ball. I know it sounds simple, but some of the biggest mistakes I make is you're like cheating looking on the other side of the court, so keep that eye on the ball.
Williams also looks forward to learning from the girls here. She'll be speaking at Chatham Hall at a private event tonight at 7:30. She also says that she wants to emphasize to always have fun. Reporting live in Danville, Heather Rosenbaum, ABC 13 News.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Sean Sublett. It remains clear across the heart of Virginia late this afternoon, early on into the evening, and the temperatures do continue to come down in a big hurry. Already down to 40 in Lynchburg, 40s all the way down into Charlotte. Expect South Side Virginia to hover in the low 40s early on this evening with a generally clear sky. Fair bit colder by tomorrow morning, as you might imagine. Wake up temperatures into the 20s. More on the chilly forecast coming up in a few minutes. Len.
Thank you, Sean. Firefighters are getting some help from Mother Nature in their effort to contain a 750-acre brush fire in Craig County. The U.S. Forest Service says the Spade Fire, which is about 2 miles north of the Maggie community, is about 50% contained now. Today's rainfall helped the firefighters get it more under control. A Forest Service spokeswoman says the fire destroyed one cabin, but there have been no fire-related injuries reported with this. That fire discovered on Sunday, officials have not yet determined the cause. One woman is dead after a wreck involving a school bus in Roanoke County. The school bus driver says she stopped that bus because she saw a car speeding toward her. But it was too late. 39-year-old Donna Jean Divers of Wirtz was killed when she lost control in some curves on Hunting Hills Drive, about a quarter mile from the country club entrance there. She then slid in front of that bus and into it. You see the damage done there. Her passenger, 42-year-old Christopher Garrett, also of Wirtz, was injured and is in serious condition now. Neither was wearing a seatbelt.
I heard some screeching, and then I heard a thud. At first I thought it was like a gunshot. It was that impactful. But then I quickly realized it was probably a crash.
It's the phone call I never want to get, is that there's been an accident involving one of our school buses. We take the safety and security of our students very, very seriously. It's more important than teaching them. We want to make sure that they're safe. And so anytime we hear word that there's an accident involving a school bus, we all just absolutely cringe, because it's what we don't want to have happen.
The only good news to come out of this is that the 3 special needs students, the bus aide and the bus driver, were all left relatively unscathed. Country music fans on the South Side are mourning the loss of a familiar voice. 24-year-old Blake Dalton, who made a name for himself as a country music DJ, suddenly passed away last night. Dalton worked in local radio in Danville for years and was instrumental in turning 103.7 into a country legends station just a few months ago. His colleagues say he went out of his way for his listeners and inspired pretty much everyone he met.
And he brought such fresh ideas, and he knew everybody in Danville, and he loved everybody, so he always spurred us on to our best.
Dalton's father says Blake loved God and all the people he met from his work as a DJ. His family would like to thank everyone in the community for their condolences. 2 members of America's top military brass are now at the center of a sex scandal. General David Petraeus and now General John Allen, who's connected to Jill Kelly, the Florida woman who first raised the alarm over some questionable emails. As Karen Travers reports, there will likely be more fallout.
The scandal that started with former CIA Director David Petraeus' affair has widened. General John Allen, the top U.S. commander in Afghanistan, is under investigation for potentially inappropriate emails with Jill Kelly, the Petraeus family friend at the center of this bizarre story. A defense official tells ABC News that under review are about 20 to 30,000 emails from the last 2 years that include both Allen and Kelly's names. Some are characterized as inappropriate and flirtatious, but another U.S. official said 95% of the emails in question are routine and harmless. Allen denies any wrongdoing, and for now, he'll stay in his job.
The president thinks very highly of General Allen and his service to his country, as well as the job he has done in Afghanistan.
But as for Allen's next move,
at the request of the Secretary of Defense, the president has put on hold General Allen's nomination as Supreme Allied Commander Europe.
The White House spokesman said the president was surprised when he was informed last Thursday about the Petraeus situation. Asked whether the scandals were a distraction so soon after the re-election.
Well, I certainly, I think, wouldn't call it welcome.
An official told ABC News the FBI uncovered hundreds, if not thousands, of emails between Petraeus and his biographer, Paula Broadwell, many of them salacious in nature. Jill Kelly received anonymous threatening emails that were traced back to Paula Broadwell. General Allen also received an email that was traced back to Broadwell, and he found it alarming. So he told Jill Kelly about it via email, which may have triggered the entire investigation. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Residents in Lynchburg had the chance to learn more about the city's school system today and see kids doing everything from working on classwork to performing music. It's all part of American Education Week.